Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Wednesday, 5th October 2022, Young Volunteers for the Environment YVE launched the first Banjul Climate Caravan held at a briefing at National Nutrition Agency Nana in Bakau to fight against climate injustice in the Gambia. Different civil society organizations came together to form the National Caravan Team COP27 to engage the indigenous community and the farmers across the country. Speaking on behalf of the Young Volunteers, the Executive Director of YVE, Joe Bonge, says climate change is the biggest problem faced by African continents, outlining that the objective of the caravan is to engage and enlighten vulnerable communities in climate change, both rural and urban Gambia.
Today, as part of our efforts to amplify our voices, we are glad to kickstart the Banjul Climate Caravan campaign, which will be launched effective now, which aims to mobilize and galvanize voices of the vulnerable communities affected adversely by climate change within the rural and urban areas. The caravan is an act of unity as a country and as a continent, Africa, of collective action that makes visible the experiences and knowledge of diverse communities adapting to climate change. COP27 is only a moment, but what the caravan seeks to create are long-term connections between climate justice movements, whether they are women, affected communities, rural or urban youth, who will face the brunt of the wrong decisions by political leaders who will be sitting at the negotiation table. We want to demonstrate the strength of our movement and push for our government to play their part. The Banjul Climate Caravan seeks to organize mass mobilization of citizens and key stakeholders and local communities across the country, demonstrating solidarity between the climate and development movement and showing how everyone is affected by climate change and demanding leaders in authority to address the climate crisis in an unprecedented way.
Adding that the current text on finance need much strengthening in the coming days.
Text on finance need much strengthening in the coming days ahead of the COP27. There are no excuse for the $100 billion climate finance promised by those responsible for climate change not be met already in 2022, given the missing of this goal so far. Delivery over the whole period 2020 to 2024 must be assured to the African. We are not begging. It is our right, and they are the cause of this climate crisis. Which means $500 billion in balanced climate finance mobilized over this period. This is even low bar given how big are the actual financing needs for climate action of developing countries. Furthermore, we are calling for independent annual monitoring of the implementation of finance delivery, which also needs to be reflected in the outcome of the COP27. This will help strengthen confidence that finance is ongoing and scaling up adaptation finance to the promised balance levels is as humanitarian urgency at this point. I would like to reiterate that the COP needs to take practical steps to explore concrete finance options for loss and damage. since it is not part of the $100 billion promised by the Global North and those responsible for climate change. Africa only emits 4% of the global emission, and we suffer the most across the world.
Fatim Jangha, the youth representative, explains the harmful effects of climate change on young people.
Climate change disrupts the environment. Youths and children are being forced to grow up in an increasingly dangerous world. This is a crisis that threatens our health, our nutrition, education, development, survival, and future. The climate crisis is real. Human activity is causing our planet to warm at an alarming and unprecedented rate. More greenhouse gases are in our atmosphere than ever before in human history. Sea levels are rising at the fastest rate in 2,000 years. Temperatures are rising around the world. We are all aware that in many parts of the world, the youth constitute the majority of the population, and therefore we are going to be mostly and highly affected by climate change. These devastating changes will severely impair the lives and prosperity of today's young people and will occur during their lifetime. If human activity and emissions continue at the current rate, temperatures are expected to rise. Without action to prevent the climate crisis, we will face a significantly diminished future as a direct result of climate crisis.
Fatu Ejeng, representative from the indigenous community, says there is a need for urgent response to the climate crisis in the country, emphasizing that Gambia cannot respond adequately in climate change unless women and children are in the center of decision-making.
The need for an urgent response to the climate crisis in our nation, a response informed by the current impact of climate change, which have affected most families in the Gambia. The economic and social loss of climate impact on people, their rights, homes, food insecurity, and the ecosystem on which the demand cannot be ignored any longer. Nor can we overlook the injustice faced by the poorest and the most vulnerable who bear a reasonable burden from the impact of climate change. The country cannot respond adequately to climate change unless women and community are in the center of decision making. At this level, local, international, and national, because we are most affected people, we, the farmers, housewives, vendors, etc. By sharing our knowledge, then communities can take the lead in shaping effective solutions. We will only succeed if we give voice to the affected, listen to their solution, and empower them.
A representative from the Farmers Association from Kololi also explains the difficulties that they are facing ever since their farmland has been seized from them by the government.
Ntolmando kudula soto. Ngada odama ya be busimbul. Ntolbe ngadi no tela wato na nyinsuto tela wato min. O wato jawara taimo. Barbi lota daoda ya be busita. Dulale tembul. Ya damini busine hotelo loji. Sulol nin kunol dorne be oto. Mote oto. Domande o men fanantu tambul. Inate murun tanawo fananka. Hani mansay ga fenko mi loje. Yiro mi loje. Ngina nga yiri tuto keje masakunda nata je. Nga yiro min tutu. Ya bele utu ya fay. Mpareta na dulal do kule ko buluka na majela. Kolol musolin tol batata bake. Mando kudla soto, mando kudla soto, mando kudla soto. Ndu nyinga dino, nkana dimbali balundi wolto, nima nga gadino bondi je, nga mano keje, nkana dimbali balundi wolto. Mbatata, kolol musolin mbatata. Mbeban sakunda danila, ala kilai. Yemma koi, fonsa do kudla soto.
The host of Africa Climate Caravan initiative in the Gambia is funded by Oxfam International in collaboration with the government of the Gambia. Pan-Africa Climate Justice Alliance National Platform comprises of NGOs, CSOs, media, farmers, indigenous group, amongst others. Aissatou Koli, Gambian Talents TV.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.